Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here, or Idaho Sledhead as I'm known on my YouTube channel. Uh, Bringing you another video today. I took the Hubsan Zino out today and did another waypoint mission with it. I was able to successfully do a waypoint position where you just with your finger drew all of the waypoints. And then I also set a POI, a point of interest, that it would then keep the camera pointed to, and it flew it rather successfully. So I was happy about that. The other thing that I did, and I want to thank Peter Martin for this, who showed me this in his video, watching his video on YouTube. That is how to hand takeoff and hand catch. I've always been pretty nervous about that, but I watched Peter do it in his video, and you know what? It wasn't that tough, and I got it done. So you'll see that on this video. But there's also a backstory I need to tell you about here. So I went out to the park that I usually fly at, and I had planned kind of an elaborate series of waypoints that I wanted to try with the Zino. But I got out there and I had trouble getting a Wi-Fi connection with the Zino. Right off the bat, kept dropping out, had issues with it. And then I finally got connected, and it told me that the SD card wasn't a fast enough speed to record, which is unusual because it's a card I'd used in the past, recorded on it in 4K, recorded on it even after doing the version 3.3 camera upgrade, right? I thought of that. Could that have affected it? But for some reason or another, it just didn't like it. So I had my Osmo Pocket with me, so I took the SD card out of that, and for some reason the Hubsan Zino could not format the card. So I don't know why. So anyway, I couldn't get connected. I was able to get the drone in the air and actually took off and landed a couple of times, hand takeoff and hand landing. But I had no FPV. I was going to, even if I couldn't record to the SD card, I was going to fly it and use my screen recording on my phone. But I lost even FPV. So it was just line of sight flying. So I didn't see much point in that. So I landed it and brought it home. I grabbed another SD card that I previously had used successfully in the Zino, formatted it, and it worked fine. So evidently that was the problem. But I was pretty frustrated there for a while. But in any case, you're going to see a pretty decent flight here of drawing some waypoints and setting a point of interest, and the Hubsan Zino executed it perfectly. So I'm happy about that, and I haven't looked at the footage yet, but I'm anxious to do that. So anyway, let's get the footage up, and I've got the screenshot from my iPhone, so yeah, you can see the controls as well, and let's roll that right now. Okay, Marcus Crawford, or Idaho Sledhead as I'm known on my YouTube channel here. I took was attempted to take the Hubsan Zino out for a flight today, and was not successful. Had problems with FPV, couldn't get it to connect. I got home and I put in a new SD card, freshly formatted SD card, and that seems to do the trick. So we're going to do a hand launch here. So there she goes. So I'm going to see if I can take it up here and do a waypoint mission, which is what I was trying to do earlier today. So we'll back it off and get some altitude here. Okay, there we are. Straighten it out here a little. Okay, I'm going to go into the automated flight modes here, and we'll try a waypoint route. So we're going to just do a mission, and I'm going to try and set a point of interest on here. So first we will draw what we want it to do, and I'm going to show it kind of, I'm just going to draw kind of a square around my house. I'm going to try, that is. Yeah, so that created some waypoints. And then let's create a point of interest. So if I understand correctly, the camera will stay pointed where I tell it to here. So POI. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and submit. And done. And let's let it fly the mission here. Now I should be able to speed it up here. I'm going to speed it way up. Yeah, so it appears to be working just as advertised. It's when I set the POI to my backyard, that's exactly where it's pointed to. When it stops, it should end up roughly in the position that I set it to begin with. There I am down there. Got my wave in my hand. Down to 34% battery. I used a lot of battery out at the park trying to figure out what the problem with the drone was earlier. And evidently it was the SD card. So reformatted a 64 gig U3 SD card, and evidently that is the speed that it needed. And it should be almost to the end of its flight here. And in fact it is. It's in GPS hold mode now. So I'm just going to bring it down and land it, and that is in fact another method of doing waypoints, and the POI mode looks pretty darn interesting. So I hope you like that. We'll do a conclusion here pretty quick. Before I do that, I'm going to hand land it here real quick. This is a trick that I just learned and just feel comfortable with. So. Okay, so I'm just going to grab the drone. I'm going to bring it more towards me. Bring her down a little bit. And essentially, I'm just going to grab it from the side and hold the stick down. And we should be good. There we go. Motors are locked, so yeah, there we are. Perfect. Anyway, let me turn the camera off and we'll shut it down, and hey, another one done. Glad we were able to resolve that problem. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that added some value, and it's just interesting to me that this little $369 drone has all these automated features on it. So I think that's pretty darn cool, and definitely a good value. So as usual, this is Marcus Crawford, or as I'm known on my YouTube channel, Idaho Sledhead out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. I would appreciate that. And thank you very much for watching. And hey, we'll see you on the next one.